In an earlier video, I mentioned that I had removed some modules to make room for new modules in the rig, and you might have wondered what happened to them. Well, here you see that we don't just put them in a cupboard. Our modules that are no longer in the big rig, we have them running in QPS-4 cabinets. As you can see, the QPS-4 cabinets are easily interconnected with a cable. It's often said that analog is unrepeatable and you can't get back the same sound twice. But my experience with the synthesizers.com is that the tracking is so good on the knobs and the adjustment on the knobs that once you set them the same way, you should get pretty much the same behavior. So today we're going to check the tracking on two filters in the rough way by ear, which is of course the easiest way to do it. What we have here is we have the noise source coming out through the orange cable there and going to a multiple here where it splits to two yellow cables, and of course those go to the two signal inputs of two identical state variable filters. Then we are going to use the standards module here, and we have that coming out on an orange cable, and we have that going to another multiple here, and that goes into two red cables, and those two red cables go to the 1 volt per octave input of the state variable filter. So what that will allow us to do is to switch octaves, get precision voltages onto our 1 volt per octave input simultaneously to the same thing to both filters. Now what we have going on with the outputs, we have the two low pass coming out here through the red cable, and we have them going into our AB module here so that we can quickly switch AB and pick one filter or the other and send it to our audio system. So the last thing that we have to check the systems for similar behavior is to have these orange cables here going into the variable input, and notice we have the level set to identical value. Right now we have it one graduation below +1 on both of them, and we have that input coming from the second half of our signal processor via this yellow cable. So what this will allow us to do, we have that going through a multiple here to two orange cables, and then each of those goes to our variable input. So what this allows us to do is to use the standards module to switch octaves on the filter center frequency, and then sort of move it about a little bit by adding variable voltage from -5 to +5 here onto the variable input, and while switching from the AB to see if we can hear any difference in the sound. Now this is particularly effective with filters, because when we apply the noise to the filter, as we know, when we vary the center frequency of the filter, we get a lower rumble all the way up to a higher pitched noise. So we're mostly interested in the pitch of the noise. The pitch of the noise, which will give some idea of where the center frequency is positioned. Now there may be some small discrepancy between two of these filters, but it's not enough to be audible, at least to my ears. So therefore that would mean that, assuming that I set the knobs the same on both filters, I should be able to plug out all my cards, put them into the other one, and the patch should sound the same way. So it's very reassuring that if you record your settings either with a photograph or in a book, you should be able to repeat your analog patch and get a similar sound. Therefore, with synthesizers.com, I refuse to accept that I can't get the same sound again. Of course I can get the same sound again. If I patch it the same way and put the knobs the same way, the sound is going to sound the same, and it in fact does. Sorry guys, I was in such a hurry to make the video that I forgot to turn off the air purifier, so if you had a lot of noise before in the sound, that was where it was coming from. Okay, so here we are now, and we just wanted to demonstrate what we're trying to tell you, our relation to the tuning of the state variable filters and their accuracy from one to the next, their repeatable behavior. So we've got them all set, and the only pertinent knobs on them that you can set for if you wish to repeat this demonstration at home. We have, as I said, the level on the level input set to 1 position below the +1. We have the center frequency knob set to 1 position above 4, and we have the resonance knob exactly set to 3 on both of the filters. So what we do now is we raise the input to the 1 volt per octave by 2 octaves, so that it's actually 3 octaves. We've gone up 3 octaves because we had -1, and we've gone to +2. So we have +2 octaves here on the output of our standards going into the 1 volt, and you should be able to be hearing right now some sort of wind in your speakers. I can turn it up a little bit so it's louder for you. Now all we have to do is switch our A-B switch to do an A-B test on that particular sound. So listen to it good for a few seconds. You can't even tell. It sounds identical in pitch. As I switch the A-B switch. The next thing we're going to do now is raise it a little higher, but this time we're going to raise it using the adjustable level. So we're applying approximately 3 volts. We have the offset set to +3 here on the signal processor, and that's going in with the settings here on the 2 levels at the top. You can switch it to no output, or you can go A and switch it quickly to B. You can't hear a difference. And of course, when you set it to the center position, it goes off. So, thanks for watching the Stephen Mendes channel, and feel free to experiment some more with your filters, but I feel that you will find that you have practically identical behavior, and this is one of the good things about synthesizers.com, that you can move from one filter to another or one oscillator to another, set the knobs the same way, and expect to get the same behavior. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.